Let's chat about Metacritic again. Post your comments below to add to the dialogue, but first, my opinion. My name's Tarmack, and this is Feature Creep. Adam's Greenwood-Ericksen PhD sounds like a pretty cool instructor. About 6 months ago, he got confirmation from Metacritic that they apply varied weights to critic scores on their website. So, being an innovative professor, he decided to involve his students in a little project. The project was simple: parse Metacritic video game rankings to try to figure out which publications were weighted more heavily than others. It took the students about 6 months, and just recently on Gamasutra, their findings were posted. Now, before I go any further, I should explain why this dialogue is important. Numerous publishers tie developer bonuses to the Metacritic ranking that a video game receives. This was discovered most publicly when Chris Avallone of Obsidian Entertainment tweeted that the company had missed getting a bonus from Bethesda on Fallout New Vegas for not hitting their 85+ Metacritic score. For reference, the game had an 84. Further to that, it's not uncommon for the stock price of a publisher to rise or fall based on a good or bad Metacritic rank, so there is some real money on the line here. The Greenwood-Ericksen critic list places such heavyweights as IGN, Machinima, PlayStation Official Magazine, and Planet Xbox 360 to 1.5 multiplier, and little unheard of independents like Giant Bomb, one of the best game review sites on the internet, at a 0.5 multiplier. The team tested their results and ended up within 0.1% of the Metacritic results as well. Now, one has to be careful because there are so many variables that mathematically it's nigh impossible to determine with any reasonable degree of certainty. But then it was just a university student project, not a legal industry takedown. And oh boy, Metacritic flew to Facebook very quickly to defend its shining reputation by calling the results wildly, wholly inaccurate, and sometimes comically under or overvalued. And in making their post, they missed the whole point of the concern brought forth by the list. The problem with a weighted list often comes down to a who watches the watchers scenario. In this particular case, if you read the list, you'll note that some of the highest ranked groups are publisher-sponsored, like the PlayStation Magazine and so on. It would be like companies having the ability to buy stock in the Better Business Bureau, and instead of waylaying concerns of the readers by coming to the table with information explaining how the system works, they resorted effectively to mudslinging attacks while doing their best politician impressions and effectively not saying anything at all. They illustrated publicly and very clearly the exact reason for the distaste many of us are showing to the Metacritic scores. Nobody knows how the bloody thing works. There's so much potential for backroom nonsense, conflicts of interest, and so on, especially when stock price and company-wide bonuses are on the line. When an organization has so much reach and such dire influence on money, in most other industries a certain amount of transparency is mandated, usually by law. In the entertainment industry, however, we're to take it on faith that they have the consumer's best interests at heart. If that were true, they would tell us how and why they rank the critics a certain way. There is no reason for this to be a mystery, and it shouldn't take mathematically clever university students in a stats course to try to figure it out. So what do you think? Do Metacritic ranks influence your buying, or do you look at sites like Rock, Paper, Shotgun, Giant Bomb, and so on? Leave a comment below, and make sure you like and subscribe this video so you don't miss any content. That's all I have to say. Tarmack out.